Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing messages from your higher self. So I like to think of your higher self as the most conscious, most intelligent version of yourself. So I'm super excited for today's reading. I'm feeling good today, and I just wanted to stop and say, oh my gosh, I was overwhelmed on the response that I got last video, and I'm so grateful for it. It made me so happy reading your comments, and I just wanted to say thank you because it blew my mind, and I am so grateful to be doing this, and I'm so grateful to have supporters out there. Like, it's so incredible, and I really do believe in a soul family. So if you do resonate with today's video or you do enjoy, drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Like the video, subscribe. It helps my channel and it helps me to continue to put out content. But you guys have inspired me so much, and I just have this creative energy to keep doing more content because of your comments. So thank you so much again. Okay, so for today's reading we have pile 1, 2, and 3, and I will be inserting a close-up clip for you guys. So just take some time, pick a pile, pick with your intuition. On top of all of the piles today, we have milky quartz. So they're just different shapes because I actually found this stone. So I broke it apart and I collected it. I have different little shapes of it. So they're all milky quartz, but just pick with your intuition today. And without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start off with pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, let us jump right into your reading. So I picked an oracle card for every pile today, and we picked the animal spirit just to help us start out and get some immediate messages about your higher self. So for you guys, we have the eagle spirit, and it says spirit has your back, and the number is 23. So when I think of this card, I love this card. This card has come out for me so many times, and I just, when I think of this card, I think of when you are at those points in your life where there's change, or you're kind of doubting yourself, or you're doubting your next move, and maybe you feel alone in the process. This card is saying spirit has your back. So your higher self wants you to know that any journey you take or any passion that you have the freedom and the free will to do so. Spirit is with you, spirit is guiding you. There's no need to feel insecure or doubt yourself, or I feel like this card can also come out when you are feeling kind of alone, or you feel like you have a passion that is so unique, or you have something that you would like to do that's unique and maybe none of your friends or family members understand you. Kind of like when you're feeling alone, and you feel like this is only for you, know that you're not alone. And this card is coming out to tell you that you're not. And spirit always has your back, and spirit, the universe works in crazy ways and mysterious ways. So you will always be supported on your journey, especially if that journey has to do with your heart and your soul purpose. So when you're listening to your intuition and you're listening to your heart, spirit will always be there to guide you, and that is spirit guiding you. So that is a beautiful card, and let's get some tarot messages for you guys. So what is group 1's higher self messages? And like I said before, your higher self can be the most confident version of you, can be your most conscious, enlightened self. So your higher self is here to give you advice and guidance. So group number 1, what does your higher self have to say? Okay. Yeah, immediately I'm seeing that there has been some self-doubt here. There's been some self-doubt, and it's been self-inflicted, which is actually good news because self-inflicted self-doubt we can always fix. So your higher self kind of wants to let you know that you can overcome that, and those are just limiting beliefs. They aren't actually you. Your higher self is, like I said, the most confident, most intelligent version of yourself, but these limiting beliefs, insecurities, doubts about whatever it is not actually you. I feel like so often as people, we want to do something and then we let limiting beliefs get in the way, and that's not actually our true soul, and that's not following our soul purpose. So what I mean by that is if you have a passion or you have a career that you want to follow, there are always going to be those self-doubts. So imagine like going to start something and then immediately in your head there's a million thoughts like, well, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't be as good as this person? Or what if I can't do it? Or I'm too shy? Or, you know, all those limiting beliefs, but those aren't real. So your higher self is saying here to really try to get rid of those limiting beliefs, because that is like your shadow self. And I always say this, but anything out of fear is not out of love, and anything out of fear is not good for your soul. So if you feel fearful or if you feel insecure or doubtful, know that those are all low vibrational emotions. Those aren't from your higher self. That's not what you're supposed to follow. So also just trust yourself, trust your emotions. If you start feeling insecure about something, let it, if it's out of fear or if it's out of self-doubt, understand that that's not really you. Kind of separate it. It kind of helps sometimes to allow your mind to view yourself from a third perspective almost, and understand that that is not who you actually are, and those thoughts are just thoughts. So kind of doing exercises like that helps, but yeah, your higher self wants you to know that. So sorry for my little tangent. Let's get some more information. We have strength. Yeah. And the Four of Swords. Yeah, so strength, the strength card is also a lot about talking about inner strength and emotional strength. I feel like when people see the lion, they think of the card as courage or just this actionable type strength, but it's actually not. The lion talks a lot about emotional strength, inner strength, kind of like the calm stability. So your higher self wants you to know that you have that inner strength. You just need to tune in to those emotions. I don't know if you guys like to meditate or whatever you do to have that silent space. I'm hearing that may be important for you guys right now. So it may be important to give yourself some quiet time, to give yourself some space to really listen to your inner strength. Like I said, not your shadow self, not anything out of doubt or fear. However, you need to listen to your heart. And I feel like a good way to practice this is anything that lights you up as a person, you'll know. You'll know what you love and you know what you're good at. So anything that lights you up and makes you super excited to live, that is most likely your intuition, and that is what you should go with. So even if you like doing something but you feel it's unrealistic, it's not. You know, there's always truth to what your heart and your intuition is saying. And I truly believe that everyone here on earth was given specific gifts, and we are just taught in society not to share them. But your gifts are special. You are special, and whatever you're naturally talented at or you naturally love to do, it's for a reason. So, and then we have the Four of Swords, which talks a lot about that still moment. And like there's all these swords coming at this little lamb here, but the lamb is very still and very poised, and not letting outside factors affect its confidence, its strength. It's kind of just sitting there like taking whatever comes, but it's just talking a lot about stillness and being calm. So I just feel for you guys, your higher self really wants to tell you to take a break and give yourself some calm moments, because maybe there has been a lot of self-doubt, but I'm just seeing that you guys don't need that in your life, because I feel like there's something I'm seeing with this pile, that there's just there's a soul purpose waiting to happen. There's something that you guys are meant to do, and maybe you feel it already. I'm kind of getting a sense, I feel like I'm connecting with you guys, that there is a sense that there is a burning passion within inside of you that you are doubting right now. So take it how it resonates, but I'm just really getting that sense that you guys need to see your worth. You need to understand how important your gifts are for this world, and kind of like standing in your own way. And it kind of makes me feel back to the eagle spirit of feeling alone, but you're not alone. Spirit has your back, because spirit and the universe knows your gifts, and they want you to use your gifts, and they're kind of your team pushing you along this path to try to get you to see your full potential and try to align you to understand what you're really good at. So it also makes me think of, take it how it resonates, but it also makes me think of if you went through something, if you went through a hard time, or you feel, like I said, very alone right now, it could be friends, family, you just feel, I'm getting a sense of isolation. So if you feel that way, there's always a bigger plan, is what this card has to say. There's always a bigger plan, and those dark moments are sort of aligning you, because in those times of isolation, you actually learn a lot about yourself, and in the times of silence, that's when kind of the universe finds it easy to communicate with you more through signs, through symbols. So you might have noticed, if you are feeling isolated, you might have noticed little signs or little symbols, and those are your guides. That's the universe, whatever you believe in, telling you this is your path. That intuitive feeling that you get, always trust that. And I will say that all the time, but I think that's what your higher self really wants you to know. So let's get some more information. Such a beautiful pile. Such a beautiful, we have the Three of Pentacles. It really makes me feel like you guys want to work towards something. There's something going on, and it could be your career, it could be just a passion project, a side project, but it just gives, I just feel this sense that either you feel like it's not going to be supported, or you feel you don't have friends to support you or something. There's something, like I said, with the isolation thing going on in this energy that I feel that you guys, your higher self is telling you not to worry about that, not to worry about the isolation feeling, not telling, your higher self is trying to tell you not to worry so much about feeling alone or feeling like no one will support it, because whenever you are aligned with your true passions, you will be supported. Spirit always has your back, and you will find support for what you truly love doing. So I feel like you just want to work towards something right now, and I just see it as such an amazing thing. I mean, it's rare in life when we get lit up by something. So I also kind of challenge you guys to think about that for a second. So think about how in life, you know, there's the normal things we do, there's the things that we're supposed to do, but there's a lot of, I guess, I mean to say it's rare to find something that really lights you up and that you're really passionate about and that just makes you utterly happy and something like that. So I'm kind of hearing that message that I just feel the need to tell you guys that it's rare, and understand that it's rare to feel those things. So when you do, don't waste the opportunity, you know? Understand that you are feeling that way for a reason. And I feel like in society sometimes we're used to doing the safe thing, and we're used to doing the thing that doesn't make us truly happy, but I'm just getting this very, very strong message that you guys need to do what makes you happy, because that happiness, especially in times of isolation, you have this independence to you, and I think it's a beautiful thing. You have this inner strength. So whatever makes you happy, use it to your advantage is kind of what I'm hearing, because when you are in periods of isolation, even though you do have that inner strength, we all kind of need something to latch onto, and we all need that one thing that lights us up, that makes us passionate, that continues to keep us moving forward. So I am just getting this message to tell you guys to understand how rare that is and understand how beautiful it is. And maybe in this time of stillness or meditation, understand how rare that feeling is, and maybe even write it down, like write a gratitude list. Say, oh, I'm super thankful that I'm good at this. I'm super thankful that I'm just getting the message of painting, but it doesn't have to be painting. It could be literally anything. But this is just an example. Like, write down, oh, well, I'm so thankful that when I paint, I feel at peace. Or I'm so thankful that when I paint, I feel inspired and I feel happy doing it. It doesn't matter who else supports me or not. I'm so grateful for the feeling I get while doing it. So pay attention to that too. Pay attention to the emotions that you get when you're doing something. So group number 1, let's get more information. I feel like we've all been at this kind of place, you know? We've all been to a place where we doubt ourselves, doubt our natural abilities. Okay, so we have the Father of Pentacles, the Hermit. Yeah, we have the Father of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So wow, this is a very strong energy. I really hope this gets to who it needs to reach, because I just am getting I'm just getting the chills. I'm getting overwhelmed with emotion from this pile, because you guys need to realize how powerful you are. And I want to repeat this again. It is very rare to get, it's just rare to get a reading. And that's why I love shuffling on camera, because it's just rare to get a reading where all the messages kind of make a clear one for me and kind of make sense. So with the Ace of Pentacles here, you guys are at the beginning of something beautiful. Maybe you've already been thinking of building something or starting something new. And the Ace of Pentacles is like offering you something in the material world. So it's kind of like a start, a new beginning of something that you're really working towards. And that's why it makes me feel like it's more a passion or something related to your career, just because of the Pentacles energy that we have here. So it kind of makes me feel like you want to turn your dreams into a reality, into something greater than yourself, into something in the material world. So I'm really getting that message. And then the King of Wands here, and we also have the King of Pentacles. So these two working in tandem is an incredible message, because the King of Wands talks a lot about just that creative energy, the stability, controlling all of your dreams and understanding what you really want. And especially it being the king, it's kind of saying that you have the tools to really make it happen for yourself. So don't doubt yourself, because this is a beautiful energy right here. And then again with the King of Pentacles, it's like this is the king of the material world. So I'm just sensing that when you do this passion project of yours, or whatever it is you've been thinking about, your higher self wants you to know that you are supported and you will also gain financially from it. That's kind of what I'm hearing, is like, I feel like so often we think that if we do something we love, we won't get finances or we won't get abundance from it, but it's actually the opposite. When you're in alignment with what you love, then you will grow steadily and you will have that steady creative energy, and you will also have that steady abundance flowing to you, because you are so aligned with what your heart wants. And when you're aligned with that, you're clearly going to put in all your passions, all your passionate energy into it, everything you love into it. You're gonna love doing it. You're gonna light up. So I feel that your higher self is saying, you know, that is the best version of yourself. You know, I think so often we think of our dreams and we think of, like I said, think of almost the most confident version of yourself. Think of what that person would do. You know, think of that person's life. Imagine, you can do it in meditation as well, but imagine your most abundant life. You're living exactly how you would want to live if you had a dream life. And it's sad because we understand those moments in times of meditation of the happiest we've ever been, the most confident we'll ever be, but then oftentimes we go the opposite direction. I'm also just sensing you guys might be at a crossroads. You might feel like you can either go the safe route or kind of take a risk, is what I'm hearing. So, but your higher self wants you to take the risk, wants you to do what you love, because that's what's important. At the end of the day, that's what will bring you abundance. And just because you're visualizing your best self, doesn't mean you can't achieve that. I want to make that very clear too, because visualization helps a lot, and you can have that life. I feel like you are just trained to understand or feel that you can't for some reason, but you can. You just have to put the foot forward, get rid of these self-limiting beliefs. So I don't know. And I'm sorry if my voice and this reading is all over the place. It's just I'm getting a very strong message that I feel the need to convey to you guys. So yeah, you guys are just strong. And then we also have the Hermit. So that also kind of talks about a moment of solitude or isolation or contemplative energy. And I think you guys need that too. I also am getting the sense that you might feel isolated, and you're probably like, why is she telling me to isolate myself more? But that's not really what I mean. I mean, take some time for yourself to meditate and listen to your inner heart. And it is so easy to walk outside and get the opinions of everyone else, from your own family, your friends. It is so easy to leave your comfort zone and just get all of these opinions, go online, get more opinions, go on technology, get all of these opinions from social media, and then you go back to your room, your house, your safe space, and you're like, right, yeah, I could never do that. So that's why it's important to kind of be in a moment of silence. Shut that stuff out. If it helps being off your phone, if it helps being off social media, stop listening so much to the opinions of others. The only thing I mean by isolation is giving yourself a safe space to completely listen to your heart and listen to yourself. Don't let anyone else's opinion affect you. And that's kind of where meditation might help. But whatever you do, whatever your individual rituals are, I just am getting a sense that will help you guys a lot. So let's get some oracles for you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, messages from your higher self. What do you need to know? Group number 1. Messages from your higher self, please. Messages for group 1. Okay, I feel called to this one. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. I love this card. So this card is kind of telling you that once you get in alignment with yourself, and I will hold it close for you guys to see. So once you get in alignment with yourself, your vibration will naturally rise. And when your vibration rises, you are in more alignment with love and the things that you truly love doing. And it says you are the oracle. And that kind of makes me think that you have that inner strength. You have the power already within you. You just have to realize it about yourself. And I think just a good thing about the energy I'm sensing and what is really motivating about it is I feel like it's your own. You're kind of holding yourself back, but that's a beautiful thing because obviously we can only control ourselves. So you can choose to change your life and change this around and get rid of this self-doubt pattern. Because once you do, you literally will be a pillar of light. You will shine so bright, and like I said, what lights you up, which is funny because I said that before, but there will be light shining from you, and you might even, your aura might change, just your energy when people are around you might change. So that is a beautiful card. Let's get some more oracle messages for pile number 1. Let's get some more messages. Okay. Messages from your higher self. Breathe. I hope you guys can see this card. Wow. It's number 29, by the way. Group number 1. This energy, like I said, this energy that I'm sensing from this pile and the message that I feel so called to get across to you guys it's just incredible. Breathe. I know that's self-explanatory, and I know take some time for yourself, get into your safe space, but breathe, meditate. Literally, this girl is meditating. So I just feel like your mind's maybe, I'm also getting the sense that your mind may be your worst enemy sometimes. So your mind may be very filled with self-doubt, all those limiting beliefs, and learn. It would help if you looked into ways to shut off your mind. There's obviously breathing exercises, meditation, but there's a lot of other stuff. Living mindfully, living more in the present moment. Sometimes I know something that helps me is I will go outside or be in a room and you list 5 things you hear, 5 things you see, 5 things you smell, if you can get that many, but that just kind of helps bring you back down to earth and ground yourself a little bit so you can just breathe and relax, because I'm just getting a sense from this pile that your mind probably is your worst enemy right now. And your higher self wants you to know that, and wants you to know that it's okay, because that's not you, you know? All those self-limiting beliefs, the anxiety, whatever comes with that, that's not you, you know? So I just feel like you need to ground yourself a little bit. Okay. Let's get a couple more messages for you guys. Pile number 1. This is beautiful. Okay. Yep. You guys. Okay, so we have intuition. And I love this card. It has like the eye coming out of the heart. And this card just has a very deep message to me. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. This is literally what I was saying. See from your heart, speak from your heart, and also take those times to be alone and meditate from your heart. Listen to your heart. What does it really want? What does it need? So I'm just getting that message so strongly, group number 1. And these cards have been, the energy that just keeps flowing out of these cards is insane. The synchronicities have been crazy. So intuition, I think your higher self is just really telling you to listen to your intuition, but also trust, you know, trust that spirit has your back, trust in your natural abilities. So yeah, it's just crazy that this has the eye on the heart. I really think maybe also focusing on your heart chakra, focusing on releasing negativity, but it's just, I don't know, the heart has been coming up so much for me, so maybe that's important to you, however it resonates, but yeah. And then we also have clearing. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust the more that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom. So this kind of reminds me of clearing your energy as well, clearing any blockages from your heart, but also just like clearing your energy. Like I said, writing down that gratitude list and trusting that spirit has your back. I feel like you guys might have been questioning in the past, like I feel that I really want to do this, but I feel like I wouldn't, like I said earlier, that I wouldn't be supported or something, it wouldn't work for me. But you just, part of it is just trusting and showing gratitude towards the universe. And I promise you that when you take steps in that direction, in the direction of love, in the direction of what you truly love to do, you will see results, and you will see that there are people wanting to listen to you. There are people that really, really care. You just have to attract those people, but that will come, and then that will slowly give you motivation, is what I'm hearing, to continue down that path. So I think your higher self just wants you to clear out that negative energy, clear out the baggage, trust more in the universe, stop shifting from mine to the universe or God, whoever you believe in. And it says such freedom. And I was going to say that before too with the eagle. Obviously that can also symbolize freedom. So I just feel like your higher self wants you to be liberated. your higher self, I think literally that word, the word liberated, was in one of these cards. Oh yeah, intuition. How liberating to listen inside. Yeah. So I feel like your higher self wants you to feel free. And I think you guys want to feel free too, because I'm getting the sense of this independence, of wanting to do something that matters to you. So I just feel that you guys want to be free, and your higher self is free. Your higher self wants you to let you know that it is absolutely possible. It is absolutely freedom is possible. So just clearing out some of those negative energies, and clearing out kind of not always focusing on what you want all the time, but focusing on what you're grateful for, focusing on, like I said, just being alone a little more, meditating a little more. So that might help as it resonates. As I always say, whatever resonates with you. I'm just a guide, so yeah. And then we'll get a cosmic journey card. Okay. Group number 1, any additional messages that... Okay. Alrighty. Yes, I love this card. Memento Mori, there might not be a someday. This card is so powerful to me, and it's so simple, but yet I feel, it's number 19, but I just feel this card, the power from this card. So there might not be a someday. So that kind of reminds me of like taking action now towards your goals and your dreams and whatever you want to accomplish. Even maybe making like a bucket list or something, or writing down your goals and aspirations. Like I said, maybe visualizing your best, most confident self and writing those things down, because there might not be a someday. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You can literally start chasing your goals and dreams any day, because the part about life and the part about living this human experience is that we wake up every single day grateful to be living. So there might not be a someday, be thankful just for the fact that you have air to breathe, you have a shelter over your head, you are able to do what you want in life. So this is kind of just telling me that maybe you feel lack of, or you feel, oh, I can't get started because I don't have this or I don't have that, but there might not be a someday. Do it while you can, do it while you're healthy, do it while you're feeling inspired and you feel creative. So really, like I said, listening to your intuition is going to connect you more to source and going to connect you more to what you're truly meant to do. So I just feel like your higher self really wants to tell you that. And I feel like it was kind of a specific message today, group number 1. So if it doesn't resonate, maybe pick another pile, or try again next time. No worries. But I really felt this specific message this time, and the cards that were coming out were just so had so much synchronicity, and it was just crazy. So wow, I'm really happy about this pile, and I really am sending this love to whoever needs it right now, because I just feel that this message is very specific in a way. So I am sending you guys so much love. If you resonated with this reading, please leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. It helps me put out content, and it helps me continue to do what I love. So I would appreciate it so much. And I would love to hear from you if you have any video suggestions or anything like that. So until I see you guys next time, bye! Hi, group number 2. I hope you guys are doing well today. So let's get started with your reading, messages from your higher self. So that can be, like I said, your most confident version, your most enlightened version of yourself. So I did pick out a spirit animal oracle for every one of the piles. So just to start out and just to get some overall themes, messages for the reading. So you guys have the whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. So this is such a beautiful card, and I feel like your higher self kind of wants to tell you a huge message in this card is trust. So trust in everything you can't see. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening behind the scenes. It doesn't mean that it's not real. So it kind of reminds me when you're manifesting or you're trying to do something, that just because you're not seeing it in the physical right away, or you're not physically seeing something, it doesn't mean that it's not going on behind the scenes. So, and that's a really hard thing to do. It's hard to trust in what you can't see. But the whale here is such a beautiful animal and such a wise animal. The whale as an animal has also been around for so long. The whale carries so much ancient wisdom. They've seen it all, they've been through it all, and they've felt a lot. So the whale is such a beautiful card. And I think it's just telling you to trust, trust in the magic almost. Trust in the mystery of things. You're not always going to know the answer right away, but it's asking you to kind of take a step back, maybe take a step back from wanting to control things. I'm hearing that message. So maybe you guys feel the need to control your life a lot. Maybe not like a control freak, but maybe you just feel safe when you have control over your life, which is not a bad thing at all. I think we all are like that, but you like to have control, you like to feel safe, and that's okay. But this is just telling you to trust in the greater truth, trust in the mystery, even when you don't have the answers right away, it's okay, because they'll come. And I think an exercise that helps me understand, especially this card and just this whale spirit in general, is kind of thinking about where you were 2 years ago. And think about everything you know now that you didn't know 2 years ago, So it always comes to fruition, and the universe has a strange way of working things out. So maybe 2 years ago you're enlightened on something that you didn't know then. So, and that's a beautiful thing. So just try to think of it like that you trusting is sometimes the most important thing, because we can't control our lives to a T. There's a lot going on in the background that we don't realize or we don't think about. So just trust in that. So group number 2, messages from your higher self. Oh. Okay. We have the 8 of Wands. Oh. Sorry about that. We have the 8 of Wands, which kind of symbolizes that a change is occurring. I'm kind of getting the message that a change could be occurring behind the scenes that you're not really seeing. So it kind of reminds me of this. So trust in the mystery. Trust. Your higher self wants you to know that you're never stuck. You'll never be stuck in a negative energy for long. You'll never be stuck doing what you don't want to do, as long as you are trusting. You kind of let go of control a little bit. So I feel like your higher self really wants you to know that the more you let go of control and the more you kind of focus on the present moment, is what I'm hearing, the faster your manifestations will come and the faster change will come into your life, and positive change. And then we also have the 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles here. So I get the sense that maybe at one point in your life you had a passionate, kind of like a passion for risk, like taking risks or like doing something new when you were young, or when you were, maybe you just felt more open to the possibilities of life. You felt more open to change. And I feel like the world has kind of tainted your view on that a little bit. So maybe you just don't trust in the great mystery as much anymore. Maybe I'm getting the sense that maybe you guys have felt, and this is only for some of you, but maybe you have felt spiritually lost a little bit, like kind of like you don't even know what to trust in, or you're just like you're sometimes in a state where you question things a lot, and that's okay. We all get in those states, but I think this is kind of just saying that I see at one point you had more trust for things and you had more faith. And I really feel like what this message is saying, and your higher self is saying, that it's okay to find that faith again. And the butterfly with the 2 of Pentacles here talks about balance. I think it's kind of talking about balance too in the physical world and the spiritual world. So kind of like trusting in the great mystery is like, there has to be balance in order for your dreams to happen. So you have to have faith and kind of just trust and let go of control. Then you also have to be living an amazing human experience here on earth. So you have to be in alignment with your purpose. You have to be trying to put a foot forward towards your passion. So this is kind of just reminding me, and I'm just hearing this message of balance. So you can't rely all on the universe. You know, you have free will and you have your own goals, everything you want to do in life. So it's kind of like the balance, you know, of letting go of control a little bit, but still putting that foot forward in life for whatever you're passionate about. So that's kind of what I'm hearing from your higher self. And I feel like you guys used to be very good at this. Very good. Maybe you thought like life like 2 years ago was like a lot easier than it is now, or you felt like you feel in the past things have been easier. That's kind of the message that I'm getting. But your higher self wants you to know that it can be that easy again, that it's coming. Change is on its way too. So maybe you've been in a situation where you felt like things have been out of whack, or things just have felt a little off. So your higher self wants you to know that that change will come. I think you just need to trust a little more in the universe and in yourself, and balance that faith, having faith in the universe and having faith in yourself. So balancing those two things will bring you, I'm just sensing that it'll bring you abundance. So this is awesome. Let's get more information. Group number 2, messages from the higher self. Okay. Yeah. We have the 2 of Swords here. We have the 9 of Swords, and we have Judgment. So with the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Swords here, this is an energy of kind of like self-doubt, kind of not being able to take the mask off and not being able to see through a situation. So I think this change that I'm seeing is very important for you guys. It's important to have faith that things are going to get better and there is a change coming. It could be with a person, it could be with your career, your passions, it could be with your financial situation, but a change is coming. I just am getting that message a lot, because the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, the 9 of Swords specifically talks about anxiety, nightmares, stuff like that. So maybe you have been in a state where I kind of am sensing lack of ambition almost, is like you kind of just feel stagnant, and you feel, like I said, you used to have more ambition. I feel like you guys just need to find it again. I feel like your higher self is telling you that you need to reconnect with yourself, and you need to find what lights you up again. You need to find joy in things, because there seems to be a lot of worry going on right now. Maybe it's also, I'm hearing a lot of fear for the future. So I think possibly living in the present moment more, grounding yourself, this balance card will help you transform, will help you a lot. So yeah, I'm just getting that sense that I feel like your higher self is trying to tell you to trust, let go, balance, and let go of control. And with the 2 of Swords too, I get the vibe that letting go of control will be beneficial for your sanity, will be beneficial for your mental health. So yeah, maybe you guys have been struggling a little recently, and that's okay. Because your higher self wants you to know that there is balance and there is a change coming and there is better stuff coming. So we also have the Judgment card, which this is such a beautiful card in this deck, because we have Dove, and the dove symbolizes peace. It symbolizes forgiveness. So this card makes me think of a lot of rising up from a negative situation, because we see this dove and we see all these kind of like other birds down at the bottom here, kind of like rising up. So I feel like you guys are going to rise up from this, and you guys are going to find peace. I think you just need to let go of control a little more. And maybe it also comes from forgiving yourself. Maybe there needs to be some more self-love going on here. Treating yourself better, treating yourself more kindly. Maybe you've just been really hard on yourself. I'm also hearing the message of maybe you are hard on yourself because you're like, I feel like this wasn't me, like, or you just don't feel like yourself. That's what I'm hearing, is you feel out of connection with yourself. You don't feel that like you're the same person because of all these illusions and stuff going on. Because of this anxiety and this worry, you feel less connected to yourself. You feel like, when I was a kid or 2 years ago, that wasn't me. I was this person that had a vibrancy for life, and maybe you've lost that a little bit. But this is telling me that you need to be nicer to yourself. You need to forgive yourself more. You need to understand that life has a bunch of ups and downs. I'm also kind of getting the message that you may be looking at life as sort of through a tunnel vision. So you're saying you're kind of identifying with your feelings, which means you're identifying with this energy. So you could be saying to yourself, I'm going to be stuck here forever, or I feel like I'm different than I was 2 years ago and I can't get out of this hole, or I can't get out of this rut. But this Judgment card is telling me that you will absolutely find peace. I think you just need to forgive yourself and understand that just because you're feeling down or just because you're feeling sad about something, you will not stay in that energy forever. And that is not you. So don't let your problems define you, and don't identify with that negative energy, is kind of the huge message I'm getting from your higher self. Is it's all about balance, and it's all about trusting more and letting go of that control. But I just see a lot of beautiful change for you guys. We have the Moon, which is one of my favorite cards. You could be a Pisces, doesn't have to be. The Moon, I think, talks a lot about trust and kind of finding comfort in your own intuition, finding comfort in the night as well. So if you have been having bad dreams or fears or anxieties before bed, the Moon is kind of telling you to find more comfort in the night. Find something that I really connect with is nature. So if you are having a lot of nightmares, maybe cleansing your energy would be good, but also connecting with something about the night that inspires you. So if it's astrology, if it's the moon, if it's the stars, just maybe researching more about that, because that will make you feel inner peace at night. And I'm just hearing that for some of you. It doesn't have to be all of you, but connecting more with the moon maybe itself will help these fears, because I'm getting this message about nighttime. Maybe it's a hard time for you guys. Maybe at night you feel the most sad or something. Also, switching up your I feel like your higher self wants you to know that switching up your routines at night is a good idea. Pouring yourself some tea, giving yourself a little spa night, something like that. So the Moon card is a beautiful card because I feel in a larger sense it's talking a lot about reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your own intuition. And it's a beautiful, right after the Judgment, the Moon came out. It gave me chills because I just really have a sense that you guys want to connect more with yourselves and kind of wants to find yourself again. So maybe you'll go on a journey. So let's get you some oracle cards here. Group number 2. What does your higher self want to tell you? I feel called to this one. I love this card. I am a galactic starseed blooming. This is so beautiful. So this card makes me think of a lot like it's never too late for a new beginning, or kind of like reinventing your energy or reinventing yourself. So it's never too late to pretend that it's a new beginning or kind of treat yourself as a new beginning. So like when you're at a low point in your life, or if like you feel lost with yourself, or you feel like you weren't connecting with yourself from like like I said, if you feel like a different person than you did 2 years ago, it's okay to start fresh. It's okay to kind of start a new beginning, to grow. And this is kind of reminding you too, I am a galactic starseed blooming. You're still growing every single day. You don't need to be so hard on yourself. And that's like a message I'm getting too, is like being nicer to yourself is a huge message I'm getting. Being more kind to yourself, because you are still blooming. You are still growing. No matter what your age is, there's no need to be so harsh on yourself, because we learn and develop as people all the time. So let's get some more. Group number 2. What messages does group number 2 need to hear from their higher self? I want this one. Outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. You guys, this is so beautiful. Outrageous openness. I just love the vibrant energy of this card. It just got me so excited. I feel like I said, letting go of control and just being open, that can do so much for you. You know, that can create a reaction, you know? So this is just such a beautiful card. You need to be open to receiving, and open to the idea that if I let go of control, I will receive. I will be abundant. I'm also hearing possibly writing down your manifestations in a clearer way. Like, don't write down your manifestations as in, oh, I want to have this. No, say I do have this. Be more direct, be more in the present. I don't know, that could be for some of you, that could help. But just being open to change, being open to trust. Wow. And releasing me from my attachment. So releasing me from this energy, because that's not you. Maybe I'm hearing, maybe you do feel attached to something. It could be for some of you that you feel attached to something specific. Could be a person who's no longer serving you. It could be a job that's no longer serving you, but you kind of feel stuck, like you can't change, or you can't change direction. So for some of you, it could mean that, but just being open to the unknown. I think that's a huge message, especially with our whale spirit here. Trust the great mystery. So being open to the unknown. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So that's beautiful. I have a couple more oracle messages for you guys. So pile number 2. What do we need to hear? What other information? This one just wants to come out. Okay. So we have Y, and the number is 31. So this is a beautiful card. So I feel like this talks a lot about when you have an intention, ask yourself why, and ask yourself, what is the bigger purpose? Kind of like questioning what you want to do in life a little more. So I feel like your higher self is telling you that when you have an idea, or if you're like, okay, I'm gonna go try this, or I'm gonna go do something, why is it important to me? Why do I feel called to do it? And I think once you start answering those questions, that'll also kind of help you trust in the unknown a little more, and trust in the great mystery, because I promise once you start answering questions like that, it's kind of like you start to realize, like, oh, why do I like doing this? It lights me up inside, or I love to help people, or I love to, and you just start being more confident in yourself. So I feel like kind of questioning why, and questioning maybe your soul purpose. Maybe in this time when peace is coming in and intuition is coming in, just asking yourself more questions of why am I here? What am I meant to do? What am I meant to accomplish? And letting the universe, trusting that the universe will help you along that journey. But I think when you start asking yourself why, you will also receive some more clarity. So let's get you some more oracles. Group number 2. Messages from group 2, higher self. What else? Oh, do they need to know? No. Wait, postpone, and say no. This card is immediately making me think of saying no to giving your energy away to other people when they're not deserving. Because I feel like you guys are in a time where you're figuring out yourself so much that I'm getting this energy, and it could mean something different for everyone, so you don't have to take exactly what I'm saying, but I just am getting this energy that's like, when you're working on yourself so much and you're in this energy, it's okay to not necessarily feel like yourself, and say if your normal self would normally go out of your way more to give energy to people, it's okay that you're not. It's okay to say no, because you're working on yourself and you're in a state of development right now, so it's okay to say no. It's okay to kind of not be yourself as much, is what I'm hearing. But it's just okay to disconnect from the world for a while, or from things that were previously important to you, because it's okay to, like I said, new beginnings. It's okay to just live like that, and it could mean something different for everyone. It could be saying no to a certain person, someone that, like I said, it could be a person that you've been holding on to, but not for all of you. So however this resonates, I feel like this is a strong message that needs to be heard in some capacity. So that's really beautiful. So pile number 2, I just sense this huge energy of trust and having faith that things will change and turn direction. And I think your higher self really wants you to know that, and wants you to know that it's okay to be in this energy, and you have to love yourself even in the hard times. You know, the hard times can be preparing you for something better, and it's okay to be in this energy, and it's okay to still love yourself as this person. I just get the sense that you guys have been hard on yourselves, or have been like, oh, this isn't normally me, or I don't normally feel this way. Everyone goes through bouts in their life where they feel sad, or they feel a little lost or disconnected. So that is okay, and I think your higher self wants you to know it is for a reason. All of this stuff that you've been feeling is definitely for a bigger purpose. A change, I feel like, is coming, connecting with yourself more. So anyway, pile number 2, I had so much fun reading your cards. If you resonated with this at all, please leave a comment and subscribe. It helps my channel so much. And if you have any other suggestions, I would love to hear from you, because you guys inspire me to create different types of videos and new videos. So yeah, just let me know. But until I see you guys next time, bye! Hi, group number 3. I hope you guys are doing well today. So I picked out an animal spirit oracle for all the piles just to get some general themes for your reading. So again, these are messages from your higher self, the most intelligent version of yourself, the most enlightened version of yourself. So however that resonates with you and however you want to take it. So you guys have the coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. So I feel like your higher self is saying to you in this card specifically that it's okay sometimes when things don't work out as expected, or maybe you've built something up, or built up an idea in your head and it kind of didn't work out, or you've just been on either a journey that you never intended to be on, or you're not where you thought you were going to be in a while, or from the past, you never thought that you would be on this certain path that you may be on. So Coyote Spirit is here to say, trust in divine detours. I love the use of the word divine in this message, divine detours, because everything happens for a reason. If you feel that you're not where you're meant to be in life, you are perfectly meant to be in the spot that you are right now. And I think it's important to remind yourself of that. And I think your higher self wants you to know that it's okay. And where you're at right now is exactly where you need to be. There's no worries that need to be associated with it. There's no stress. You are exactly where you need to be, because it is preparing you for something bigger to come. And wherever you are right now, there's always lessons. In every detour, there is a lesson. And that is some of the most beautiful, most transformative times of our lives, when there are lessons that come either from being on a different path or being somewhere where we didn't think we were. And it's kind of like that energy that you'll understand a year later or 2 years later or whatever. But you'll understand why that detour happened. But just know that you are perfectly okay where you are right now. And I'm getting that message strongly. So the Coyote Spirit is such a beautiful message. So let's get more messages for you guys. Group number 3. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you guys may be feeling a little scattered, a little all over the place. And I think your higher self wants you to know, like with the Coyote Spirit, that that's okay. Trusting in the process. Also, kind of like the Coyote Spirit makes me think of, and along with the Five of Wands, it makes me think of like kind of trusting in the process. Like it might be jumbled, it might be scary sometimes, but trusting in that and kind of loving the journey, because the journey is sometimes where you find the answers and kind of find out things that you never would have thought of before. Detours are amazing because if our lives stayed the same all the time, we wouldn't learn anything, or we wouldn't have new information presented to us. So this is telling me that I feel like your higher self wants you to know that you are on this journey for a reason. There is new information presented to you, or there is new experiences meant for you. So you are exactly where you need to be. And then we have the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess here. And we also have the Ten of Wands here. So I feel like this message is saying to you guys, don't get down about your progress. I think your higher self wants you to know that you, like I said, are exactly where you need to be, and perhaps there was a change that could have possibly occurred, or there's something in your life that just came up that was unexpected. I know, especially for a lot of people during this time with COVID and everything else, there's so many unexpected things happening right now, even in the world. And I think this is just saying that maybe you were meant to change up directions, and maybe you were meant to do something different than you expected. And the High Priestess is all about connecting to I guess evolving our own connection to the world, and evolving our own connection to our intuition and our abilities, our natural abilities. So I feel like you guys naturally have a very stable emotional energy about you guys, because we have the Knight of Cups, but I also feel like your emotions are moving into a better place almost. Is that I'm getting this message that I feel that your emotions are moving towards the High Priestess energy, which is very it's more of a connected energy. So I get the message that you will start to be seeing things, and I think your emotions will start to make more sense. If you feel lost or confused, I think your emotions will start to make more sense with the Knight of Cups and the High Priestess, because you, I think, are moving into that energy where you're kind of, you understand that everything happens for a reason, and whatever this detour was, it will bring more clarity. And maybe you're feeling that right now, maybe you will in the future, but your higher self wants you to know that it's important to understand that it's happening for a reason. Also understanding the positives that you may get from it. So like I said before, we learn the most in those times, and we learn new information or new ideas. So it's helpful to kind of understand that this is a huge learning journey for you, and kind of being thankful for that. You know, think about where you started a year ago and understand everything you've learned since. Whether it came from a negative or positive experience, you still are so much better off because you have more knowledge. So I think the High Priestess is like also kind of telling you that right now, and your higher self is saying, be thankful for the experiences you have had, because I think it's made you guys a lot more connected to yourselves, a lot more intelligent. And it makes me feel that you guys are a lot more, like, more ready to tackle life. So because of both positive and negative experiences in our worlds, it helps us to tackle the future better, or tackle the future as it comes in the present. I'm also getting the message of focusing on the present more, because everything is going to happen to you in the present. But I just get this energy that whatever has happened in this detour, you have gained skills, is what I'm hearing. That you guys are right where you need to be. And I just feel like this happened for a reason, because I'm getting a lot of just strength too in this pile. Just I feel like you guys have this newfound sense of yourselves for some reason. I just am getting that energy that you have evolved, and maybe you don't see it now, or maybe you don't want to see how powerful you guys are, how strong and capable you are, but your higher self wants you to know that you are. You're absolutely deserving of all of these changes that happened, because they have brought you more knowledge and more stability. And actually, I think I'm getting the message that it has kind of transformed, even though you were handed with maybe a new set of emotions, or kind of like with the Knight of Cups here, even though you maybe emotions were brought on a little faster than you wanted, or maybe a change happened where you had this overwhelming sense of emotion, or they were emotions you didn't expect to be feeling. So maybe emotions either you've never felt before, or negative emotions. I think you guys learned to handle them as they came with the High Priestess energy, and that's what made you so unique, and that's what made you so different. And your higher self wants you to know that whatever you did was incredible, and that was amazing, because I think you handled it with grace, and now you have the information to go on and to succeed further than you ever would have succeeded before, because now I think you're just more emotionally intelligent. I'm just getting that a lot. The High Priestess is a lot about emotional intelligence, so I feel like unexpected emotions came to you guys, but you really handled it, and your higher self wants you to know that. And maybe I'm also getting this message that maybe learning to handle those emotions will help you in your career or in your life path, because maybe you're going to be working with other people, and obviously in any work environment you have to work with other people and get along with other people and other personality styles, but this new emotional intelligence that you have will help you in your life. It will help you with your significant others, like your romantic relationships, your friendships, and your work life, is what I'm hearing, because you are so much more, you know yourself better, and you know how to handle other people better, is kind of what I'm sensing. So like I said, nothing happens by accident. This detour was kind of meant to teach you something. So I'm getting that a lot from this pile, is that kind of like knowledge. This is way too many, so we'll take these. We have the Fool here and the Empress. Yeah, I feel like you guys, your higher self wants you to know that. I feel like you guys have felt kind of like you've been out on a limb, or you've been kind of like confused, but you're just kind of like, why is this happening, or why do I feel like this right now? Why do I feel like this is the beginning of something? I feel like you've kind of had like an intuitive sense that like you know that this is for a greater purpose. So this could be your clarification, whoever needs to hear this, if that resonates with some of you, but I feel like you guys have kind of understood that you're in this weird spot in your life, and I'm smiling and I'm getting this energy that like I feel like you guys have kind of known all along on the inside, like that you don't need me to tell you. I think you kind of have known that like you've been getting hit a little bit, but it's kind of you kind of have this sense where in a way you feel that it's helped you, or you have this feeling that you have been out on a limb and you have been kind of wobbling around a little bit, but we also have the Empress energy, which is a very nurturing and caring energy, which makes me feel, especially with the High Priestess and the Empress in the same reading, that I feel like you guys are that compassionate energy. And I think stabilizing emotions for you or creating more emotional intelligence will benefit you greatly, because I just sense with you guys, you're very emotional, intuitive people. So whatever you're doing in life, whether it's your friendships, like I said, your work life, this happened for a reason. This was meant to happen the way that it did. So, wow. I'm loving this reading, group number 3. So let's get some more information. What else does your higher self want you to know? Yeah. So, we have the 5 of Swords, and it came out with the Page of Cups. So I feel like you were handed these new experiences and these like new emotions. And like the Page of Cups is kind of all about like taking what comes at you and taking what it is and kind of figuring out what to do with it. So I feel like you guys have been in this state where maybe you have had these either conflicting emotions or things happen to you fast in the emotional realm. There's a lot of cup energy. There's just a lot of compassionate energy in this reading as well. So I just feel like your higher self wants you to know that it's all for a reason. And I also am hearing that they want you to know, or your higher self wants you to know, that you have this natural ability that I think maybe this period was meant to get you to realize that about yourself, that you have this natural ability to handle emotions so well, or handle others' emotions. I'm getting so much with emotional intelligence, social cues. Maybe you pick up really well on social cues. And I almost feel like this experience over the past, like, however long that this has been happening to you has kind of been happening for a reason, because the universe kind of wants you to fine tune those skills, is what I'm hearing. You know, it's happening for you, not to you, in a way. So nothing bad in your life is happening for any negative reasons, because I think you guys are just meant to learn and grow. So maybe you have had conflict with certain people in your life, or maybe you could have even had internal conflict. And I think I'm just getting a huge sense from this pile that your higher self wants you to know that the way that you've been handling your emotions is the way you've kind of always been meant to. Maybe you guys have been journaling more, or like understanding your own emotions better, kind of like taking a second to think more when you feel something instead of just reacting. Maybe you guys have been like, hey, I've really been working on myself, you know? Like, instead of reacting to something, you're like, okay, take a deep breath. Nothing is actually that bad. I'm going to poise myself before I react. So I'm kind of getting that message that it's either you've been working on your own emotions, or you've been working with other people's emotions, and you've been so poised about it, or you're kind of gaining strength through that, even though it's difficult. I'm not saying that this is easy at all, because I think this is one of the hardest things in life to learn, and I think this is just a very unique skill for people to develop. So you could be working in something that revolves around what's going on in the world right now. So you could be working in healthcare, you could be working in something that you've kind of had to fine tune those emotional skills, because definitely working in healthcare or some industry where you're working with a lot of people, there is a lot of emotions that come in that you kind of have to learn to cope with. But it doesn't have to be. It could just be your internal emotions that you've gotten better at, or something else. But I'm just getting that strong message for you guys. So let's get some oracle messages here. But your higher self wants you to really recognize your progress, I'm sensing, group 3, because you've come a long way. Messages from your higher self. Okay, I feel called to this one. We have the universe. So in this deck, there are normal oracle cards and there are archetype cards, and this is an archetype card. So it's funny that you got this card because I feel, especially for this pile, I just feel like I said, it's happening for you, not to you. There's something going on here in this detour or whatever kind of has been changing in your life that the universe, this is just literally your message, that the universe it's doing it for you. You're being supported during this time. And I think that's such a beautiful message because I feel like group 3, this is the first group that I kind of really got more of a lighthearted energy that I'm feeling. Also just more like, I don't even know how to put it, but I feel that you guys really will have some sort of clarity soon, or I really just feel like this is happening for you, not to you, and I just really think that this is meant for your growth, if that makes sense. So the universe is here. The universe is working every single day to help guide you in your journey, which is so beautiful. So let's get some more messages from your higher self. Group 3. Messages from your higher self. I love how we have the High Priestess and the Empress energy in this pile. Okay, let's choose this one. I felt it. Delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. So I think this is just a reminder